Welcome back. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV from a very special place at the heart of Cairo, the Sultan Hassan Mosque, with Mr. Yasser Hamdy, the Monuments Inspector in East Cairo. Mr. Yasser, thank you very much for being with us today once again.
Welcome.
Mr. Yasser, still speaking about Sultan Hassan, which is a very unique in its architecture and work and construction. This place is built in the heart of old Cairo, and old Cairo is rich with its old and famous monuments. What are the main challenges facing this area?
Sultan Hassan was built here in middle of Islamic Cairo. When we look, you can see a famous square here called Saladin Square, where around this square we can see a lot of Islamic buildings were built around. Where we can see here famous madrasa called Al Mahmudiyah, where this madrasa date back to Ottoman period. So when we look to this madrasa, we can see it is design in Ottoman design, because here in Islamic time we have a lot of Islamic dynasties ruled Egypt. Each Islamic dynasty had a special construction. For example, when we look to Sultan Hassan Madrasa, we can see this one was built in Mamluk design, because date back to Mamluk time, especially to Mamluk or Bahriya. This time for Mamluk period mean what Bahriya mean Mamalik. Mamalik in Arabic language or in English language meaning slaves, where they came from different countries here to work in Islamic army. And we have different names or different groups for Mamluk dynasty. One of them called Bahriya and another one called Burjiya. Bahriya, where they lived in Roda Island in Al-Manial, where they lived in island in Nile River, where we have here in our culture we called the Nile River Bahr. So for this reason, name after Bahriya, where their name after or from Nile River, where we called Nile in our culture Bahr. And Burjiya, where they lived in Abraj al-Qal'a. What Abraj mean? Where this meaning defense tower in the citadel. Here we talk about this one where or madrasa date back to Mamluk Bahri, where Sultan Hassan ruled Egypt in this time. Also, when we go little outside, we can see Al-Mahmudiyya school, where this was built by Prince Mahmud, and this one was built in Ottoman design. When we look also outside the square, on other side, we can see famous mosque, where all of Egypt, not only Egypt, maybe all of the world knows this mosque called Muhammad Ali Mosque. Muhammad Ali Mosque, who built his mosque in famous location here called Saladin Citadel, where the citadel where the mosque was built called Saladin Citadel, because it was built by Saladin, date back to 12th century AD. But Muhammad Ali, after he came and he built his mosque, where Muhammad Ali, where we know came from Albania, where he came in order from Turkish Sultan to liberate Egypt from a French occupation, where Egypt was occupied by French between 1798 to 1801. When Muhammad Ali came and liberated Egypt from French, he ruled Egypt in between 1805 to 1848. And he was built his mosque and his royal palace in the citadel, where his mosque was built in Ottoman design, and it is location, very nice location, because have a nice view for Saladin Square, and also in other side face Madrasat Sultan Hassan or Sultan Hassan School. When we look in other side from Sultan Hassan, we can see also important mosque here. This mosque was called Rifa'i Mosque.
Yeah, so Rifa'i was a mosque.
A mosque.
Sultan Hassan was mainly a madrasa. So they completed each other.
Of course.
Yes.
So
what about Rifa'i? It is right in front of it.
Yeah, where in other side in front of us, Rifa'i Mosque. This mosque in the beginning, in same location here, there was a small zawiya. A small zawiya, where zawiya in Arabic language meaning a small mosque, but only for Muslim to pray 5 times a day, not to pray Jum'ah, because mostly Jum'ah in masjid or in jami' or a mosque, where in same place there was Zawiya called Rifa'i, Zawiyat al-Rifa'i or Rifa'i Zawiya. But this one was destroyed by Khushyar Hanim. Khushyar Hanim, mother of Khedive Ismail, where she wanted to build a big mosque in same location and also to build a royal tomb for a royal family. And she, or Zawiya where I told you, was a small building. So for this reason, mother of Khedive Ismail, Khushyar Hanim, she reused the huge location here where there were a lot of small building here where she paid the money for owner of this building, and she added more space for Zawiya, and they built the great mosque or the other mosque in front of Sultan Hassan Mosque or Madrasat Sultan Hassan called Rifa'i Mosque. Rifa'i Mosque, when was built also in great construction. Why? Because the engineer here, he want to do harmony between the two construction. You can imagine if he builds a mosque here in shorter or short construction, no harmony between the two construction. So for this reason, he built the mosque similar like Sultan Hassan Mosque, but in any way, not both of them were built in same time. No, many years between both of them, where you know Sultan Hassan.
How many years between Sultan Hassan and Rifa'i?
So between this and this, about 700 years between both of them. And also before to speak about Rifa'i Mosque, I want to tell you about something. The location where we sitting now, once day, this was open street. You can imagine where the cars can or buses come from up down to go to another side. But here there was a plan from in this time from Culture Ministry where they closed this street and they did this area, closed area between the two mosques or madrasa and mosque. Rifa'i Mosque, where I told you great construction, but also this one too important for the royal tombs where were built inside.
Yes, there was a royal cemetery, and that is the last question. How about the royal cemetery? When were they built, and what are they including?
When you look to the royal tombs inside here, we can see some of them for Egyptian kings from Muhammad Ali dynasty, and also one of them for Muhammad Rida Pahlavi Shah of Iran. But first we talk about the Egyptian tombs who buried inside. When I told you about Khushyar Hanim, mother of Khedive Ismail, when she built her mosque here, she wanted to do also next to or side by side for the mosque to build a royal cemetery, a royal tomb. So she built a tomb for herself where she was buried here inside. And also her son Khedive Ismail was buried inside. And also 3 wives for Khedive Ismail were built inside. And also his daughters were one of them called Tawhida Hanim and Zainab Hanim. Both of them were buried inside. Also the most important tomb here for King Farouk, where King Farouk, when he was died in 1965 in Italy, his body came and buried here in a royal tomb for Muhammad Ali dynasty, but not in this place. But when President Sadat became president, he brought his bones from the first tomb in royal family tomb to this place. And also President Sadat did the great thing here when he allowed for body of Muhammad Rida Pahlavi Shah of Iran to bury here, where we know when the Islamic Revolution happened in Iran in 1779, Muhammad Rida Pahlavi left Iran to United States, but the American President Jimmy Carter in this time, he refused to receive him. But he was married the Egyptian queen before, and also was a close friend for Sadat. Yes. Where he supported President Sadat during the war with Israel, where he supported Egypt with petroleum. So Sadat
yes.
not forget this for him, where we know President Sadat was a wise man, a wiser.
Yes,
so
Mr. Yasser Hamdy, the Monuments Inspector in East Cairo. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Welcome.
On Nile Cruise.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. And dear viewers, we're going to a quick break, so please stay tuned.